Welcome everyone. Today we have a very special guest, Parul Arora, who just completed her 2-year MBA from nothing other than IIM Ahmedabad. Parul completed her, CAT prep and cracked CAT 2022 with a phenomenal 99.93 percentile. I do remember that year she surpassed me as a mentor and got 99.93 because I could get that year 99.90 percentile. So now she is on the other side of the table, completed her MBA and very much ready to work in the corporate world. So we welcome you, Parul Arora, and it's so great for me to see you on the other side of the table. Now I want you to tell how does it feel, after completing your 2-year program from IIM Ahmedabad.
Thank you so much, sir, for a lovely introduction. I joined SoGo, sir, in April 2022. That is exactly 3 years before. And I was on the other side of the table, dreaming for CAT, dreaming for a good percentile, dreaming to get into IMA. Now that, I had achieved a good percentile, surpassing sir that year, I entered into IMA and it was a very transformative journey for me there. I did my internship with Mahindra in the summers and now I'm placed with Accenture Strategy and I'll be joining soon there. And this dream has come true all because of Sogo sir and his, constant efforts towards us, towards our batch. And I'm really, really happy to be on the other side and a proud alum along with Sogo sir now.
Oh, great, great. So, your batch was definitely special because I had so many memories from your batch, and I could remember your ID number 89 and your 9 number group was really, really, you know, unique group, 9 group, right?
Yes,
Uh,
I was very
so
lucky to be a part of that group.
yeah, group number 9. So because
Yeah.
most of you are well placed and are graduating this year from the best B schools. Some are graduating from Jamna Lal Bajaj, somebody is graduating from Symbiosis Pune, somebody from SCHMRD. So all 10 of you have made it really, really big. So Paru, let's go back to when you started preparing for CAT. So I want to know what was your initial approach in April, and tell us the journey to how you reached 99.93 from starting your journey for CAT.
Okay, so I joined CAT coaching in April 2022. Like as sir said, I was roll number 89, like amongst the last people to join that SO 100 batch. And till then, many of the courses and many of the chapters were already discussed, and I was a bit late when I joined the CAT coaching. But I had one thing clear in my mind that like this would be my first and my last attempt for CAT because I was already working with Accenture Technology at that time, and I had to manage both my job and my preparation at the same time. Initially, it was very difficult for me to get into, that routine to get up at 5:30, complete your test assignments, and give up mocks and all of that. I saw many people along us who, just dropped out within few months and few others dropped out after that, but I was very sure with myself and with the constant pushing from sir as well that this is not the time to drop out, but to focus on your mistakes, work on your mocks. And like as I mentioned, we had a group 9, like we used to discuss mocks, our mistakes and all of that in parallel to what was happening in the classes early in the morning. So all of that, like support from my parents, from sir, and from my peers who were with me in the SoGo coaching, they were a very important source of motivation for me, and they helped me reach here. And giving mocks and then discussing those mistakes, I guess that what caused a difference in my preparation.
Great, great. So interesting to know your journey in the CAT. I just wanted to know, Parul, कि जब हम तैयारी करते हैं तो बहुत बार ना ups and downs आते हैं ना. मतलब there are some
Exactly.
time in your preparation when you feel like, oh my, I will crack one of the good B schools like Blackish and other thing, right? और एक दिन लगता है
Hmm.
कि नहीं यार मेरा नहीं होगा, I'm not going that great. So can you tell any such phase in your preparation when you really felt कि नहीं यार नहीं होगा, मतलब होगा तो कोई अच्छा कॉलेज नहीं होगा, मतलब I'm feeling low, and what did what was your approach to come out of that thing?
Okay, so initially around April, May, June, I was very confident. Like I had, since that was the initial journey that I was into. Post the time when, around 70-80% of the syllabus was done and we were into mocks, one mock would go really well and maybe the other one would drop significantly. My quant
Mm-hmm.
and DLR were almost constant till the end, but English used to vary a lot and I used to think कि अगर English की cutoff ही clear नहीं होगी तो you will क्वांट और डीएलआर तेरे को कितना ही बचाएगा आई वॉज वेरी अफ्रेड ऑफ इंग्लिश माई वर्बल पार्ट so during that days again like I used to call sogos or I used to call himani ma'am in times of distress कि मैं अब क्या करूं मेरे से हो नहीं रहा and along with that I had Shaurya and Jayant with me like we used to be on calls and discuss since we were all sailing in the same boat तो हमें पता था कि हमें क्या क्या दिक्कत आ रही है तो we were all good in one each of the one subjects that we were into तो they were with me along the whole journey and उन्होंने कभी like I pulled them out मतलब परेशानी में से and some days they used to pull me out of that distress situation and we managed to sail through this.
Right, great. So the peer group, the buddy group, and your study group, in fact, I think plays an important
Hmm.
role when you are preparing, because they are there to, kind of share your journey, share your pain, in
Yes,
fact. And they are a great source of motivation, because they somehow, understand what you are going through, because they are also going through the same journey.
exactly.
So it is very important for all my dear cat aspirants to have a buddy, to have a friend who is preparing along with you, or, may not be necessarily at your level, or may not be at a higher level than you. Just a good friend, a good buddy is very, very important, along with the mentorship of the program. Now, okay, great, great, Parul. So as you told that you are quite good with quant and DILR part,
DILR.
and there used to be a lot of variation in your uh, verbal score.
Verbal.
So
Yes.
what was your strategies to tackle verbal? What you did to improve your verbal, and what
Hmm.
ultimately score you could get in verbal, and what worked for you in verbal and what not?
Okay, so for me, starting from verbal, like I stick to what came from you, reading one article per day, like writing words and their meanings in my notebook along with that. And next, the novels that you suggested, Animal Farm, be it the Great Indian Novel or say Midnight Children, all of them, I read them diligently. And apart from those sources, I used to go through yon essays on my laptop as well. They were a very good source for different subjects and different say philosophy or say physics or science. They had a very broad range of topics on them and usually cat passages revolve around them. And for
Hmm.
verbal, one more thing that I tried was first I used to read the passage and then come to the questions, but I
Hmm.
reversed my approach and I sometimes tried reading the question first and then the passage later. So that
Hmm.
kind of helped me in the later mocks and that was one of
Right.
my unique techniques to handle passages there.
Right. So, guys, those who struggle with verbal, this technique always helps, because many times we are not able to capture the essence of the passage. Thus, we may miss on the questions as well. So, it's always better you go with the questions. Just read the question. It will put you in that framework. It will put you in that context, and then probably read your passage, and then come back to questions again. That approach really helps. And as Parul told, consistent reading is very, very, very important, especially for my all those friends who come from vernacular background, जिन्होंने भाई हिंदी मीडियम, पंजाबी मीडियम, कन्नड़ मीडियम और नॉन इंग्लिश मीडियम में अपना एजुकेशन किया है, स्कूलिंग किया है, उनके लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि वो 2000 3000 पेजेस, राइट, कैट जर्नी में अच्छे कंटेंट के जरूर पढ़े, फिक्शन भी पढ़ना है बट सारा फिक्शन नहीं पढ़ना है, स्टार्ट विद द फिक्शन जो इजी हो, यू कैन रीड एक आधा मोटिवेशनल स्टफ ऑल्सो, बट देन रीड सम सीरियस स्टफ लाइक सेपियंस, द ग्रेट इंडियन नॉवल, द मिडनाइट चिल्ड्रन, समथिंग like that, because they have a very wide context. For example, if you read Sapien, it will clear your all concepts of human history, right? And the same way as she told, reading about the articles from Eon, from Smithsonian, from Encyclopedia of Philosophy, from various international sources, not Indian sources, will help you understand what is going on in the world, what you need to know, at least as a cat aspirant. Great, Parul. Thank you very much for this wonderful input that you have shared with the student for cat preparation. Now let's dive deep dive into the mecca of management, the life that you had. सुना है ऐसा भाई कि आईएम का लाइफ बड़ा रिगरस होता है, बड़ा चैलेंजिंग होता है। तो पहले जस्ट एक ओवरव्यू दीजिए अबाउट योर 2 years ऑफ जर्नी एट आईआईएम अहमदाबाद।
Okay, so starting from term one, it was a very new experience, 100% attendance maintain karni hai. At the same time, you're bombarded with CV making and, placement sessions that takes a toll. And to add on to all of that, we have surprise quizzes at IMA. So every day 1:45 पे हम सबकी नजर अपनी फोन पे होती थी कि अब मैसेज आएगा, अब मेल आएगा। So that added to the pressure that we were already facing कि club run हो रहा है बीच में, you have that FOMO of getting into all the major clubs, and then CV में people have such fancy CVs there and you feel left behind, at some places there. So the term one was majorly around CVs and clubs and getting into the system of IMA. Second term mein, then we had placement preparations and we had our summer prep that was going on. That too was a very stressful period. कोई day one पे हो रहा है, किसी को on call पहले ही मतलब बात चल रही है कंपनी से, तो last तक जाते जाते everybody's just want to get into any company at one point of time कि हो जाए एक बार को, and then you
राइट।
get out of that system. So that term two was all about, getting into a good company, a company of your choice. And term three was rather chill. Now we had a sense, we used to guess कि quiz आज हो सकता है, quiz आज नहीं हो सकता. But again, the PGP office had its surprises in its own form. So वो कभी guess नहीं हो पाया खैर. तो term three was kind of chill. उसके बाद summers were very good. You get to meet new people, your alums, you get to network a lot. And during the second year, it all depends on the type of courses you take. So I was more towards, public policy courses and, knowing myself, knowing the society, the policies, designing policies and, stuff like that. So second year all depends on you choose your timetable, you choose your courses. So that is relatively chill, but again, maintaining 100% attendance still, takes a lot of your time there as well. So yeah.
Great. So, if I go back to my 2004, 2006, so nothing much has changed in these 18 years, right? Except the fact that कि हमारा वो CR4 के बाहर notice board लगता था, CR3 के बाहर, right? And you guys get the notification on the mobile, right?
We
और
still have that notice board near the mess ki matlab,
ओके ओके राइट राइट। सो
yeah.
हमारी क्लास को एडवांटेज ये था कि हमारी क्लास से वो नोटिस बोर्ड नजर आता था, राइट? वहां से नीचे
Okay.
से एक छोटी सी एक चोर खिड़की थी जिसमें से वो एक नोटिस बोर्ड नजर आता। तो जो बच्चा उसके पास बैठता था, तो 1 बजे के बाद उसकी ड्यूटी होती थी कि वो झुकता था, प्रोफेसर की नजर बचा के देखता था, एंड ही यूज्ड टू टेल एवरीवन राइट, मतलब क्विज नहीं है, तो साइलेंटली पूरे उसमें ना सन्नाटा छा जाता था अगर क्विज है, और जो क्लास चल रही होती थी वो क्लास छोड़ के लोग कुछ और करने लगे। सो द सरप्राइज क्विजेस आई थिंक इज वेरी मच द यूनिक feature that you enjoy. And then obviously you have the cold calls in the classes, you have the pressure of getting into clubs. Was is
Hmm.
tea night culture still there?
Yes, it's still there. Like that
uh,
is the time when you bond with your section mates and
yes.
a whole sense of community being starts developing.
राइट,
amongst
राइट।
the sections. Yes.
जो टी नाइट होता है, टैलेंट नाइट जो होता है, बेसिकली फर्स्ट कल्चरल फेस्ट यू kind of first, in fact, some gathering where you meet people is actually the breathing thing, right? पहले मतलब जो वो हाफ टर्म में होता है, हाफ टर्म के बाद होता है यूजुअली, उसके एग्जाम चल रहे थे। आई
या
थिंक इट हैपेंस
अगस्त
इन
के आसपास, हाँ।
अगस्त में होता है, राइट?
यस, हाँ।
जन्माष्टमी और ये जो इंडिपेंडेंस डे एक साथ में होता है। बट टिल दैट टाइम
हम्म।
यू आर लाइक, तो मतलब बैंड बज चुकी होती है, बंदे को लगता है यार चल क्या रहा है मेरे जीवन में, हो क्या रहा है यार, राइट? और वहां जाके थोड़ा सा लगता है यार ठीक है, चलो इतना बुरा भी नहीं है। राइट,
पर
सो
बुरा ये पीजीपी ऑफिस वाले करते हैं, टीन नाइट अगर संडे रात को खत्म हो गया तो मंडे को देयर इज अ सरप्राइज क्विज फॉर श्योर।
फॉर
मंडे को
श्योर।
तुम 3 दिन तुम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, एंजॉय कर रहे हो, और आते ही मंडे को यू विल हैव टू बी रेडी फॉर अ क्विज दैट डे।
You have to be ready for F grade, right? Not a quiz, right? So, so this is how it is. And the kind, what was the dorm culture at your time? How was the dorms? Was there still dorm wars, or some there was competition among dorms? And within the dorm, what kind of gelling was there? Just share few things on that part as well. The hostel life at IIM.
Yeah. Since the rainbow dorms, like dorm number 36 to 43, have been constructed, so they are like one room set with an attached washroom. So there's less meeting of people outside. So I talked to some of my alums during my internship as well. So they were like, post-COVID, things have changed a lot, and not many people, like meeting people a lot. So dorm wars and dorm sports culture and internal meetings in the dorms, they've reduced a lot. Like they don't happen, to be very honest. So post
Mhm.
COVID, like the dorm culture has seen a dip, a very large dip to be there. So yeah,
Right, right.
the
Actually,
dorm
it will
culture isn't
come
there
back
now.
again. I'm very sure, because that was very much power of IMA, and we could see that the lot of learning used to happen during that time. The birthday celebrations, a lot of the dorm names. There was a culture
Yeah,
to name everyone,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. The
So
student
was this?
council, they're trying to revive the dorm culture, but let's
Yes.
see like how long does
Yeah,
it
it
take?
will
Yes.
come back. Yeah, so it should come back very much. Now you got placed at Accenture again. So earlier also you have worked in Accenture. So
I was in
the
the
company.
technology domain earlier. Yes. And now I'm in
Okay.
the strategy consulting domain. Yes.
Strategy consulting domain. So, Parul, before we go to your future plans and what exactly you want to do, tell us a few interesting things personally that you uh, experienced at IMA, right? क्या क्या ऐसा क्या रहा यार वहाँ पे, जो मतलब ऐसा होता है ना, जो टच कर गया, दिल को छू गई चीजें, which the memories that will be there with you for rest of your life, memories from IIM Ahmedabad.
Okay, so starting the first thing that we had was tea night, and I am personally very good with damsharas. So I represented my section there, and we had a gold, like we were the first amongst the 5 sections that were there. So that is one of the core memories there. And there were some people in my section who were like all rounders, be dancing, singing, acting, and drawing and all of that. I was surprised looking at such people. Like they've entered IMA and they have so many talents alongside, uh, just not only academics but other talents as well. So uh, that was very interesting. Like got to know a lot of people who were exceptional in sports or exceptional in dancing and acting and all of that. So those people have really caught my attention during these 2 years. And apart from that, the library used to, attract me a lot. Like it's a very, very beautiful place to be there. It has a lot of resources. There are a lot of books and all of that. Any information that you want, you just mail it to them. You get it within 24 hours. The staff is all very supportive. And one of my core memories in IMA is my walks in the old campus. Not like there are no, students living there now, but passing through different dorms, and they are more of a horror story left out dorms that feel like we used to go out there at night and have fun around those dorms, those swings around the library and all of that. That is a
Right, right.
very core memory that I'll carry along with me. Sitting in LKP
Great.
during winters, yeah, just chilling around with friends and all of that. That is something I'll miss a lot.
You pass out from IMA and you don't have a memory at LKP, it is not possible, right? So LKP is the
I met
ground. The picture you're
Vinita ma'am
seeing it right
also
now,
there.
it is called Louis Kahn Plaza, right? So Louis Kahn was the architecture, architect who
Hmm.
built this whole campus, this famous arcs and all that thing. So everyone who happens to be at IMA even once will have a picture in this place, right? Because this is very very iconic and very very sacred also, because convocation and many other things happen at this place only, right? So now, Parul, let's come to the future aspiration of yours. Right now, done your NIT Jalandhar, and then you had work experience also. Now you got a very high percentile in CAT, and finally, graduated from IIM Ahmedabad. So when are you joining? And before we ask you what are you going to do after joining, what are your plans for these 3 months of golden period?
So for these 2 months, I don't have a set plan as such in my mind, but I'll, focus on my health. Like in IMA, since the routine was very rigorous and uh, ta taxing, I did not prioritize my health. So I'll try to prioritize my health now, watch movies and just relax. I don't have any set
Yes.
agenda in my mind. Yes.
Right, right. When are you joining Accenture?
Sir, I still don't have my offer letter, but I am expecting somewhere around the last week of May.
Last week of May, right? So,
Yes.
Parul, coming to the very important phase of our session today, where you will be giving tips and tricks to the young cat aspirants who aspire to get into the best B schools like IIM Ahmedabad, right, and many other IIMs and non-IIMs as well, right? So, starting with the the basics of quantitative aptitude, like tell us something, right? If somebody is not good at quantitative aptitude, according to you, what
Hmm.
should be the approach? What is your advice for people, right? Who should do, who want to improve in quantitative aptitude?
Okay, so to start with quants, you first start off by watching some basic YouTube videos. You can refer to what Sony sir has uploaded on the channel Mission Cat. So there are a lot of videos with very tricks and with very simple formulas, which will help you later in during the CAT paper as well. So start off with the videos, and once you're done with, say, algebra for that videos are done, then you can pick up Arun Sharma. Like I did Arun Sharma in parallel. So you can, there are levels divided in that book, level 1, 2, and 3. So for CAT, level 1 and 2 were enough for me. I did level 1 and 2. So once you watch that YouTube video, then you go on to level 1 and 2 and post 3, 4, 5 months of doing YouTube videos and Arun Sharma. You can then pick up your past year questions and then try to solve all of them. And for quant, one more thing that I would like to stress upon is to have a formula notebook with you. Like once when you're preparing, to have a formula notebook with you, it will help you while revising at the end, and also to maintain error notebook as well. Like there were times like there were specific questions I used to struggle with. So I had written them down in one corner so that next time I knew ki these were my mistakes before attempting the next mock, so that I don't make the same mistakes again. That was my approach for cons. So you're not audible.
So great, great. Thank you, Parul, for this. And we have also created a series with the name of Cat Shows, right? That is the level three. There are 3 episodes, no, not 3 seasons with 10 episodes each. So those 30 video lectures are can be very very useful to you for the top level of Cat Quant questions. Now, Parul, you know that the DILR section is very, very tricky, right? We always get fluctuations in DILR. Level also varies a lot, राइट. किसी ईयर कौन सा लेवल आता है, किसी ईयर कौन सा लेवल आता है. जैसे इस साल में लेवल बहुत रिलेटिवली इजी था. 24 was easy, 23 was tough, 22 was moderate. So this way काफी वेरी करता है DILR. What
हम्म.
do you suggest to the student कि भाई आपने एक साल 6 महीने 8 महीने जब आपने कैट की तैयारी करनी है, तो आप क्या करना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए? व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन द DILR पार्ट?
Okay, so in my case, I had prepared for NTSC during my 8th and 10th standard. तो मेरा वो लॉजिकल रीजनिंग वाला पार्ट काफी क्लियर था. बट फॉर स्टूडेंट्स जिनका लॉजिकल रीजनिंग या जिन्होंने डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन पहले नहीं देखा है, उनके लिए ये एफबीआई पीओ के एग्जाम्स के पेपर होते हैं ना, जो दैट लेवल इज काइंड ऑफ मॉडरेट, इजी टू मॉडरेट काइंड ऑफ लेवल. सो इफ यू आर स्ट्रगलिंग विद direct cat questions, you can start with the PO questions us level ka. You can start with that preparation, and then you increase your level to cat ka previous year papers, because for DILR I guess cat previous year paper से अच्छा और कोई knowledge base नहीं है. उसको तुम जितनी बार और like जितनी efficiently बार बार उन्हीं questions को करोगे, I guess that is the main trick that helps in DILR.
हम्म. DILR, राइट. और DILR एक ऐसी चीज है जिसमें आपका इट्स नॉट ए ओवरनाइट गेम, राइट. इट्स नॉट ए ओवरनाइट गेम. इट टेक्स टाइम टू बिल्ड दैट DILR स्टफ, राइट. और जो DILR है ना, उसमें एक और चीज आपको ध्यान रखनी होगी कि इट्स स्ट्रेटजी ऑफ लीविंग द क्वेश्चन. व्हेन टू लीव द क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बहुत बंदों का प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि यार उनको आता होता है बट वो उस सेट पे पहुंच ही नहीं पाते, क्योंकि ये सेट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन होता है. और अगर आप एक सेट में अटक गए तो फिर उसमें अटक जाते हैं. तो DILR में when to leave the set, how much time to be given to each set has to be practiced very very much. Here is a question that how difficult to get into IIM for science stream candidate with engineering background as compared to other streams. Parul.
For I can talk about IMA. So there are some 1 or 2 marks that are given to non-engineers. I am myself an engineer, so engineers do get in. There are a majority of like say 60-40 ratio, 60% are there still engineers. So people do get in, but yes, the non-engineers do get an extra edge of say 1 or 2 marks during the final cutoff.
हाँ, तो भाई ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आप इंजीनियर नहीं हैं तो आपको बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज है, और अगर आप इंजीनियर हैं तो आपको बहुत बड़ा डिसएडवांटेज है. द रीजन बीइंग दैट जो बैलेंसिंग एक्ट है वो थोड़ा सा ही रोल प्ले करता है, बट ये नहीं है कि वो बिल्कुल ही ट्रांसफॉर्म कर देगा, राइट. और हियर इज ए न्यूज फॉर ऑल ऑफ दोज हु वांट टू बी पार्ट ऑफ आवर SoGo 100 बैच फॉर CAT 2025. We got very amazing results this year. 8 student got 99 plus percentile, and Parul, Vipul has surpassed your percentile by 0.03. You got 99.3 and he got 99.96, and this year I surpassed Vipul by 0.03 further.
Point
I
three.
got 99.93. राइट. थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर ऑल योर इनपुट्स, क्योंकि मेरे को भी भाई बच्चों से सीखने को मिलता है. एक अच्छा बैच जो होता है वो अच्छा पुश करता है एज ए मेंटर, राइट. सो आई एम सो थैंकफुल टू दीज पीपल हु
Yes.
मेड इट बिग. एंड or 28 have got 90 plus percentile and 55 got 80 plus percentile. This is the one of the highest results in the country. And all those who want to be part of this, 14th April से हमारा journey शुरू हो रहा है. But this batch is early in the morning, 5:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. राइट. सो जो लोग सुबह उठ सकते हैं तो वो जरूर इसको ज्वाइन करें, और जो नहीं उठ सकते वो कोशिश करें भाई उठने का. तो पारुल, आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा, आपका अर्ली मॉर्निंग बैच का क्या रूटीन था, क्या शेड्यूल था? हाउ वाज लाइक योर टेक ऑन द 5:30 a.m. club?
5:30 a.m. Initially, it was very difficult for me. Like getting up early in the morning was not my cup of tea. But I knew कि अगर job के साथ साथ I have to prepare for CAT, so this is the only slot that I have to prepare. So that way, it was very well suited for me. But subah utna, that was always a task, but I had fear of SoGo sir because I got left out of a class once, like just by a minute or so. So that's when I realized कि एक minute भी late है. Although I got entry after 5 minutes, but that day I realized कि I will never get late in any of his classes, and that thing helped me in IIM as well. तो वही सोगो सर के डर से आई यूज्ड टू गेट अप एट से 5 एंड बी देयर ऑन टाइम इन द क्लास बिफोर सर.
ग्रेट ग्रेट। क्योंकि भाई जो ऐसा होता है ना कि अगर आप डिसिप्लिन में आ जाते हैं और क्योंकि देखो मोटिवेशन ऊपर नीचे जाएगा, 2 दिन मोटिवेशन ऊपर रहेगा, फिर नीचे जाएगा। बट अगर आपका डिसिप्लिन है, रेगुलर है, कंसिस्टेंसी है, तो डेफिनेटली आपको एक अच्छा रिजल्ट आने के चांसेस बन जाते हैं। जैसे पारुल का ना, आई डोंट रिमेंबर शी मिस्ड एनी ऑफ द क्लासेस, हर अटेंडेंस वाज समवेयर अराउंड 99। जब भी मैं इनका पेरेंट मीटिंग लेता था, तो मेरे को कभी ऐसा फील नहीं हुआ कि भाई मेरे को इनको कंप्लेंट करना है कि भाई अटेंडेंस लो है। कुछ बच्चे होते थे, जैसे जयंत राठी है, आई रिमेम्बर, उसका अटेंडेंस का लोचा बहुत था, राइट। कभी ये ही वाज आल्सो वर्किंग, तो वर्किंग वालों को थोड़ा कई बार होता है कि भाई मिस हो जाती है क्लास। बट यस, अगर आप कंसिस्टेंसी रखते हैं तो डेफिनेटली आउटपुट ज़्यादा बेटर आता है। कशिश का एक क्वेश्चन है पारुल, ये कह रहे हैं कि कुड यू प्लीज टेल अस हाउ मेनी बुक्स नीड टू बी रेड फॉर वर्बल। कितने नॉवल पढ़ने हैं भाई, कितनी बुक्स पढ़नी है वर्बल के लिए, बता दीजिए।
See, it is not about quantity, but the quality of books that you will be reading. So, as Sir mentioned, it should not only be fiction but non-fiction as well. Say, Sapiens and the
हम्म,
Great Indian Novel, they are some of the very good reads. And उन्हीं दो तीन में you will have a sense of, say, more than 8 to 10 novels. So, it is not about the quantity of the books that you're reading, but the quality of the books that you're reading.
Right. So that's really nice. So we are now towards the closing of the session. Parul, thank you very much for joining and sharing your valuable insights with the student. I would like to know one tip from you for the future CAT aspirants who aspire to get into IIM. One tip which you want to help them out, in their CAT preparation.
Yeah, so for all other things, Sony sir is there, but one thing, like, don't feel disheartened. Stay motivated throughout the journey. There will be many mocks with, say, very good marks and some with very low marks. So your duty is to stay consistent throughout the journey, and I'm very sure, like, many of you will make it to your dream colleges. Say, I'm A, B, C, and other all very good MBA colleges. And for any other academic help, Sogo sir is always there. And thank you so much, sir, for having me here today.
Right, great. बहुत अच्छा लगा. I'm so happy, so delighted today to see you on the other side, graduating from IIMA. And I wish you all the very
Thank you,
best
sir.
for future journey because तुम्हारी उपलब्धियों की मंजिल अभी बहुत दूर है, क्योंकि IIM से MBA करना is not the end of your career. It is just the beginning, and many more milestones to be achieved, many things to be done. With that, I congratulate you and your family once again. I'm so happy for
Thank you so much,
this
sir.
day, right? And thank you our viewers joining, and I hope whatever is being told by our guest today, very special guest, will be very helpful to you. Bye bye, god bless you, and keep watching the channel for more videos. And next video, we will have one more guest giving enthralling insights to you. Bye bye. God bless you.